Welcome to another weekly installment of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I am joined by co-host and producer Doug Weishuttle. Doug, what's up?
Well, we're in the last week of NFL preseason.
Thank God.
We've got the baseball season starting to wind down a little bit. We've got college football starting, and we've always got a sports betting story. We're going to be talking about all of that this week. It's been kind of a crazy week. You even have our first NFL player dealing with an insider trading charge that we can talk about.
I can't believe that. Boy, I'm assuming you're going to get to that on the Turnpike.
That'll be in the blotter, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, that's a very interesting development. And, I feel bad for him because he went through all of training camp, and now he's cut because of this. So,
well, we'll get into it a little bit. But, yeah, because it is very interesting to see what happened and the reasons why he was actually, doing training camp, the way he was. So
very, very bizarre. So let's not waste any time. Let's take a ride on the Turnpike.
Exit 1.
All right, Exit 1 is quickly becoming the sports betting plaza on the Turnpike
here.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm thinking of just renaming it that. But we're going to do a little sports betting update here, as we usually have been doing for the last couple of weeks. We now have 3 online sports books in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yep. We have, was it DraftKings?
DraftKings was first.
Well, we're talking about sports apps.
Online sports books.
Online sports books and apps that you can go
right.
on. Go on your phone, your tablet, or your PC, and you can place bets there. That's DraftKings, Play Sugar House,
which is in conjunction with Golden Nugget.
Yeah,
and then
go ahead and
then the last one is Play MGM Sports.
I always thought it was funny. Play Sugar House. It's emanating from the Sugar House Casino in Philadelphia. I guess they have a deal with Golden Nugget. That's how they get into New Jersey and use their license. But I always thought it was a great move by a Pennsylvania casino who does online casinos in New Jersey, and now they have an online sports betting app. So
well, that's the
pretty
beauty.
Impressive.
That's the beauty of the skins.
Yeah. No, that's
unlimited skins on different licenses, and Rush Street is amazing at this stuff. They had a virtual sports betting thing with the Play Sugar House for a while, which wasn't real sports betting, but it was like laying the groundwork. And now they have a real one. Play MGM Sports is partnered with Borgata, so that's good. Now those 3 online sports books plus the 6 casinos and 2 racetracks, which have physical sports books. We're looking at, what is that, 11 sports books technically in New Jersey already?
Well, look, 11 sports books now as we speak, because we're a week away from the NFL season, and by everyone's assumption that's the benchmark to get your sports book up and going or up online or whatever it is, but that's the mark where every sports book is looking at.
Well, we still have the 3 casinos without them in Atlantic City, Trop, Hard Rock, and what's the other one that doesn't have a sports book?
Well, resorts.
Caesars.
Well, Caesars.
But Caesars has 2 with Bally's
Yeah.
and Wild West, and Harris Casino over in the Marina.
Yeah.
But New Jersey is doing a nice big splash there. We got also this coming weekend.
It's not only in New Jersey, though.
We have West Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah.
We have Hollywood Casino in Charlestown, West Virginia. They're going to be launching this weekend. They're going to be the first one. They actually will have a monopoly for a little while because the other casinos don't seem to be ready to launch.
Now, how close are they to Pennsylvania? I'm not too sure of
the
label. They're pretty close to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're there.
So this may push Pennsylvania to move a little quicker in their sports betting thing. I know Parks Casino is the second casino to apply for a sports betting license, so we'll see how quickly Pennsylvania jumps on. But I think it's really cool that in West Virginia, was it Joe Theismann?
Joe Theismann is going to be there for the opening ceremonies. He's not going to do the first bet, supposedly.
He's not? Okay,
no.
See,
somebody
I
else
assumed
is.
He was going to do the first bet.
They haven't announced who's doing the first bet yet, so
it's usually like a governor.
I would assume it's going to be the governor or the mayor or something that has to deal with the government going to be there, or the lottery, whatever they're doing there. But in other states, let's do a little roundabout here. We have Connecticut basically throwing in the towel this year. They're not going to do anything with sports betting, they said. It's not going to be on any kind of referendums or votings or bills or whatever, which I think is stupid. In Rhode Island, IGT and William Hill U.S. just got were dubbed the providers for sports betting in Rhode Island.
Is Rhode Island very close? I'm hearing Rhode Island. November. We're talking about. I guess that's when they have to get everything ready. But Hey.
And William Hill and IGT are going to be the online providers or the software providers, whatever you want to call them. And you're going to have Twin River Casino also doing a physical sports book sometime by November.
I got to tell you, how great is William Hill doing this year? I mean, every place I hear about a sports book, maybe 80% of the time it's William Hill doing the providing the sports book.
William Hill is busy.
Hey, you know what?
And they're a great group. They're
one of the best. I think they know how to do a sports book. They know how to do it right. They know how to do the software. They know how to do the training, and good for them. They are really a first-class operation.
And rounding out the update, we have the first 2 sports betting shows, platforms, whatever you want to call it, being launched. We have FS1, Fox Sports.
Yeah, I think we talked about this
They changed the lineup, though.
Okay,
it's not Brent Musburg.
Not Brent. Well, he's doing VSIN, right? And he's going to stick with VSIN, right?
The show is going to be called Lock It In. It's going to launch September 10th on FS1, hosted by Rachel Bonetta.
I got that. I don't know.
I don't know who that is either. Cousin Sal from Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, all right.
Clay Travis and the odds maker Todd Furman, who actually is one of the best out there.
He's very good, very good.
And then you have, on the other side, we have creation of what's being called a content delivery platform by FanDuel. It's going to be called The Duel.
Okay.
Which is going to be having all different types of content on there. So it's more of a platform than a TV show, as opposed to what Fox Sports is doing. They're just doing a TV show. The Duel is going to be the platform where they do everything.
So the Fox one is going to be on Fox Television, right?
FS1.
And the Duel, which is created by FanDuel,
is going to be an online platform. It's going to be
online.
It's going to be televised as part of the FNTSY network, Fantasy Network.
All right.
They already have a show that they're going to be launching soon too. But
now, let me ask you about this Fantasy Network thing. Where can I see that? I mean, is that on basic?
You can go online. Some of the OTT providers, over the tables providers like Roku and all.
Oh, okay. I have Roku.
Yeah, so
maybe I'll check it out.
And
is that one of those Roku things where I have to download the app?
See, the thing is, they've only got one show with fantasy.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing more and more stuff as they go down the road here. But it's an interesting way. They're doing their own platform, and they're getting distribution from some of the other networks.
Any word on, certainly the Fox thing is going to be on your, no additional charge on your cable, but will this dual thing with FanDuel, will that have to?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet, okay.
So we'll see exactly what happens with that one.
Exit 2.
All right, we're going to stay in the gambling scene, sort of. Now, everyone's been talking about Atlantic City having a rebirth, not only from the online gambling, but also from the sports betting now. They're getting a little resurgence also in the, let me put it this way, the professional combative sports area.
Okay.
That's how it's being phrased.
Is that an umbrella term for everything?
For boxing and MMA.
Wow. Hey, I want to throw one other thing in there. This past week, the Claridge had wrestling.
So did Hard Rock. Both of them
they both had wrestling. Really,
two different ones.
Okay.
So the one at the Claridge was the almost like a independent group that was formed by Sting and Goldberg.
I saw pictures on Twitter about that. Yeah.
So that was an independent thing. That was a smaller event than the one that was WWE Live was at Hard Rock.
Okay.
So, but right now, boxing and MMA, there are 9 events that have been scheduled from this month and next month.
That's great.
In Atlantic City.
That's great.
You had the Kovalev-Alvarez fight, which was at Hard Rock Atlantic City. That was back in August 4th.
Which, by the way, is a great facility. They have tons of space, tons of room, great concerts there, and now they have great boxing and MMA.
The nice thing is it's not being relegated to just one location. You have Hard Rock doing fights. You have Ocean Resort Casino, sorry about that, doing not only boxing but MMA. They're hosting the Professional Fighters League, which used to be the World Series of Fighting.
Okay, all right.
They're doing that. You have the Legacy Fighting Alliance in Golden Nugget.
Okay.
And everything's going to... And even Showboat Atlantic City Hotel is having boxing.
Wow, okay.
So there's a lot of different things. Tropicana's closing out everything with Ring of Combat.
What is that? Is that MMA?
That's MMA.
That's MMA?
That's
I got to
MMA.
tell you, it's great that they're spread out over the different properties. When I was a kid, if there was a big event, it was at Boardwalk Hall. Do they still have stuff at Boardwalk Hall, or are they just putting it to the casinos?
Right now, it's just the casinos and the one hotel.
Okay.
And also the 2 hotels, if you want to throw in the Claridge with the wrestling. But no, at Boardwalk Hall, the last time they had something there was 2014 with the Bernard Hopkins fight there.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the same guy that was involved with the Hard Rock one, Kovalev.
Okay.
So he's been busy with Atlantic City, especially Boardwalk Hall and boxing.
Well, boxing has always been great in Atlantic City. I'm glad they're embracing the MMA, and I'm glad, wrestling is getting involved too. So I think, if you're going to Atlantic City, there's more to do than just gambling. Great entertainment, great food. Now you have boxing, MMA, and wrestling. So good for them.
Exit 3.
We're going back to the NFL with this one, and we're going to do a little sports betting thing with it as well, too, here, because right now the season's starting to open up, and we've got 2 owners who have stakes in sports books.
Yeah, I can't see how the NFL would have a problem with sports betting in any way. I'm going back to the case that they were fighting against New Jersey about. When you have 2 owners, Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones, they're very involved in the fantasy sports arena.
According to their people, they are not that involved.
They are not that involved. Well, they just have investments?
Less than 5% investments.
Yeah, but they have investments.
That's
the point. They have investments.
Doesn't violate the NFL's policy. NFL policy is they can be invested in a company that generates less than a third of its revenue from gambling-related operations. Fantasy sports is not gambling. So they're okay right now. If DraftKings starts moving heavier into sports betting...
They are. They have a sports book.
They have not past that mark yet in terms of how much revenue is derived from sports betting versus fantasy sports. As long as that balance stays the way it is, they're not going to have to be divested.
That balance will not stay the way it is.
No, it won't.
Sports betting is now in the New York media market,
but
the population that's going to be sports betting is ridiculous.
Here's one of the other issues is where it's from invested. Is it by the team or by the owner through a different entity? Because Jerry Jones doesn't have any of his investment through the team.
Okay.
Jerry Jones has it through Legends, which is he is co-founder or principal with the guys that own the Yankees in Legends, which it's not the Cowboys. So the Patriots, on the other hand, declined comments. So they're not saying whether or not
they're looking into it.
Yeah, something like that. So
that's the Patriot way.
Exactly.
We'll look into it.
And the other thing I wanted to hit, or 2 other things real quick, the TV announcers during the football season.
They suck. If they're going to talk about sports betting, and they really bad.
CBS said they're going to honor their contracts and say that the policy is not to talk sports betting.
Yeah,
so they're not going to do it.
There's some guys that tried to
Al
do
Michaels
it.
always did it. He always threw in some stuff. But he's, it's one
Al
of those
Michaels
things.
I like. He's a smart bettor. He's pretty good. But some of these other guys, when, they make these offhanded comments when someone scores a late touchdown, and, there's some group of people that are happy about that touchdown, and but look.
Well, they're supposed to not be talking about it.
Well, they are talking about it because if they talk about
yeah.
How much a team is favored by, that's based on sports betting. If they talk about the injury report, why do we have an injury report? Because people are betting on it. So if they're talking about it, they're indirectly talking about gambling.
Well,
so they're talking about gambling.
On the record, the networks are saying they're not going to change because the sports bettors make up a small part of their audience.
Oh,
bull! Yeah.
No, not anymore.
And last but not least on this exit, got to talk about the Raiders Stadium again. This is a couple of weeks now. Every time we've been talking about
this,
they're
so intertwined with the NFL and gambling.
They're going to have off-site parking at the Orleans Casino.
I wonder if the NFL now has to do a change in their policy. I remember that players could not do events at casinos. If players
they still can't.
Well, if players are living in Las Vegas, guess what?
They're not playing in the casino.
But they're going to go to dinner in casinos.
Supermarkets
have slot machines.
They're still allowed to do all that stuff. Go to dinner in casinos. They just can't have an event.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's kind of stuff. But they're going to have 4,600 spaces over at the Orleans Casino for off-site parking. Price of parking at the casino has not been disclosed. They're going to have a shuttle from the casino to the stadium.
Hopefully the shuttle will be free.
Well, pretty much,
look,
everything is still being discussed.
Let me tell you something. I said this before. When it comes to Las Vegas and the Raiders, some of these casinos are going to comp their customers either tickets or parking or places in the boxes. It's going to be comped. It's going to be more intertwined.
Great opportunity for Orleans club cards.
Yes.
Exit 4.
staying in the NFL, but moving from sports betting with the NFL to fantasy sports with the NFL. 49ers quarterback Richard Sherman, the old Seattle Seahawks cornerback, he's with San Francisco. He is launching his own fantasy site called Daily Number.
That's great. Right.
He's going to be the first active NFL player to have a co-ownership of a fantasy sports site.
Has there been a stance by the NFL on this? It's very
no
interesting.
comment from the NFL.
I mean, we just talked about the owners having a small stake in fantasy sports and sports betting. Fantasy sports is not sports betting, but they're dimming they're blurring the lines a bit.
This will be interesting to see what happens. He's launching the site for paid contests in 23 states.
Okay.
And he's also going to be the chief brand ambassador. So his face is going to be everywhere on this site. He's going to be talking about it everywhere. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to do anything on the broadcast when he's on TV for the Niners. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Let's make a production note. Get in contact with Richard Sherman because so let's talk to him.
I have to admit,
First off, Richard Sherman is great. I think for a brand ambassador, he is smart, he is funny, and he knows his stuff. And a Stanford student. So,
one of the most well-spoken, most intelligent players I've ever seen in the NFL.
I think so, and he knows his stuff. And I'm sure he wouldn't be doing this unless the NFL gave him the okay. So.
Well, I'm very curious to see how this works because I was reading up on it. I'm still a little confused as to how this site's going to work. It's a 7-player roster, and they have to players have to assemble the roster to eclipse a predetermined total amount of fantasy points each time.
I don't even know what that means.
There's going to be a set daily number that you have to put together a team that's going to beat that number on the site.
When you say number, what does that number entail? Is that
how many fantasy points the team scores?
Oh, okay. You have to assemble a team that surpasses a number that they give
preset.
You.
They predetermine.
Okay. All right.
And it says, from some of the material I was reading about it, the more superstars on a roster you have, the lower the payout is when you beat it.
That's very interesting.
So basically he's saying get regular people.
Well, you get second-tier NFL players.
Regular people, not the superstars.
You know what he's saying? Find the really good buys in the drafting of your players. Because I got to tell you, that takes some thought. That's a real... See, now, when you're talking about daily fantasy being a skill, that's a skill. I think when you're looking for the non-superstars to find really good buys that has the most points for the least amount of money, I think that's impressive.
Well, I think that's why he chose this site because it's a unique little twist on everything. It's different than everything else that's out there, and God bless him. I hope he does well with this because like I said, good guy. Yep. And it'll be fun to see what happens. It'll be fun to see how the NFL reacts too. Yep. Alrighty, that's the trip on the Turnpike today. To get in touch with us, call or text us at 609-512-6510, 609-512-6510. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. As always, order your International Bikini Team calendar at email at info@internationalbikini-team.org for more ordering information. And don't forget to listen to the show. We're distributed through iTunes, iHeartMedia, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, Libsyn, and we have coming up after the break. We have the return of the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter, and we'll be talking a little bit about
lots of athletes in trouble this week.
We'll be talking about the Kendrick situation
absolutely.
too.
So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Parks Casino in Bensalem, Pennsylvania has submitted a petition to the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board in order to move forward with plans to offer sports betting. Not only did Greenwood Gaming and Entertainment, the owners of Parks, ask for sports betting on its casino premises, but also for its South Philadelphia Turf Club, which is an off-track betting facility. Parks Casino is the second casino to submit a petition for sports betting, the first being Hollywood Casino, owned by Penn National. West Virginia is just days away from being the 5th state to offer sports betting. The sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is set to open on Saturday, September 1st, and will be run by William Hill U.S. Former Washington Redskin quarterback and NFL commentator Joe Theismann will be on hand to help get the betting started. And finally, it looks like FanDuel is spreading its wings into the sports media business. FanDuel announced its partnership with Minute Media in order to create a platform which will have shows focusing on fantasy sports, sports betting, and sports entertainment. You know, with sports betting in the New York media market, good things are about to happen. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports. You've been hearing me talk about MyPillow and the benefits of using it to get a good night's sleep and alleviate your sore neck and back and all the special deals you can get through our show. Now, for a limited time, when you buy one MyPillow premium pillow, you get a second one for free. That's right, free, when you use our promo code CARDS at checkout. Head on over to MyPillow.com and click on the buy one, get one free link. You can choose the size of each pillow and choose the fill of each one. You get the same 60-day money-back guarantee, the same 10-year warranty, and all MyPillow pillows are made with their patented interlocking fill. That's the buy one, get one free offer from MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com or call 1-800-319-7913 to order by phone. Don't forget to use our promo code CARDS when checking out to take advantage of this great new offer from MyPillow. That's promo code CARDS, C-A-R-D-S. Better sleep starts with MyPillow.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD, plus free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. Again, that's BABE16. Because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know what? When we decided to do the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter, there's one criminal activity I never thought I'd associate with the NFL or the NBA or the NHL or any college, and that's insider trading. I mean, I just never thought there'd be a lot of white-collar crime when we're doing this police blotter thing.
Well, we have our very first one.
It is. So, I guess let's get into it. And as always, the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter is brought to you by Bean Genius. Over 2,000 specialty blends of coffee available at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Have some of the best coffee in the country delivered right to your door each month when you subscribe to Bean Genius. And now get 10% off of your subscription when you sign up at beangenius.com using our promo code PIKE at checkout. That's P-I-K-E at checkout. Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
All right, we're going to start off the return of the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter with former Cleveland Browns linebacker, I should say, Michael Kendricks.
Yeah, I know. Wow, boy, I never thought that would happen.
Well, I honestly never really would have
weird
expected.
Circumstances, but go ahead.
Not only the charge weird for the sport, but also the partnership that we're going to be talking about here. He was charged with conspiracy to commit securities fraud and also securities fraud, basically insider trading.
Yeah.
$1.2 million supposedly is the amount that he's alleged of profiting from the insider trading that he got from his banker friend. I don't know if you can call him a friend if he got you involved in an insider trading thing, but he wasn't arrested. He turned himself in, supposedly, and this has been going on for a while. He was, let's see, in exchange for the insider
wasn't
trading.
There some writer involved with it?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Hold your horses.
Okay.
In exchange for the 4 tips, which profited about $1.2 million, the banker, who is one of the TV writers for the comedy Blackish.
So the banker is also the writer.
Comedy writer.
Okay.
He did a run on Blackish, and he was currently a Simpsons writer.
Okay.
So a TV comedy writer / banker gave him investment information, which led to him getting about $1.2 million over the course of 2 years, July 2014 to March 2015.
So this is all with the Eagles, right?
This is when he was with the Eagles.
Oh.
And in exchange for these tips, Kendricks gave the guy $10,000, Philadelphia Eagles tickets, a luxury car service, and also he was allowed to go on the music video set of a female singer, Tiana Taylor. I'm not too familiar with stuff, but that was basically the exchange.
How stupid can this guy be? I think he made over $20 million in his playing career, and he's risking it all. He's risking his freedom to get $1 million. $1 million seems like a lot of money to everyone else, but if you're making $20 million, why would you risk that to get $1 million?
According to some of the statements I've been reading, he went to this guy, they met at a party or something, and he went to this guy and said he was having trouble making ends meet. He had enough to live. He was having trouble paying taxes.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I think he's talking to the wrong bankers.
I think so.
I think he's talking to the wrong agents. I think he's talking to the wrong attorneys. I think he's talking to the wrong bankers.
Well, he made $20 million over his career.
Yeah, which by the way, isn't a long career. 4 years?
Something like that. 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, well.
But what struck me as odd with the statement from the Browns, which tells me this was not just recently found out. They were aware that he was involved in cooperating with the federal authorities on this when they signed him in the offseason. Supposedly, this is one of the reasons why the Eagles parted ways with him.
Really?
Yeah. That's one of the things that was hinted at in some of the ESPN and the CBS Sports reports I've been reading.
I haven't heard that one. But, what I'm interested, I know the Browns are the subject of the HBO Hard Knocks. Now, I guess there's only 4 episodes, and I just saw the third one. And
was that mentioned? I didn't see it.
No, it was not mentioned in that episode, but Kendricks was there talking about how to beat the Eagles in their preseason game, which was the third week of the preseason. So he was talking about how to beat up Foles, how to beat Vitae, who's the offensive lineman, the kind of throws that Foles has. So he had a little feature on there that he was talking to the team. So they were relying on him for some information on the Eagles. So at that time when I was watching it, he was still part of the Browns.
So you could say he was giving inside information.
Yeah,
there. Oh, there you go. See, he's good at that.
But let me tell you something. I'm very, very interested to see how they're I guess they're going to have to address it in the 4th and final show of the Hard Knocks. I don't know. I think it's next week, right? Next week.
And according to the Browns,
I think it premieres Tuesdays.
Like I said, in their statement, they said they knew of this that was going on even when they signed him.
Interesting.
And they were told by his attorney that he was not going to be charged.
Okay.
He got charged. That's the release.
Okay.
So he's facing up to 20 years. So basically, he earned $20 million in his career. He's going to probably be spending a year in jail for every $1 million he earned in the NFL.
Well,
if he goes to jail. So
he might flip or something like that. It's interesting.
He's already flipped.
How does the NFL handle it? I know they have a personal conduct policy. Does this fall under the personal conduct policy? Or?
You might see a ban.
I don't know. They cut him. I'm curious to see what his next steps are with regard to the NFL. But like I said, is the NFL have to do their own investigation before they have any form of discipline? It'd be interesting to see. You just never think of this type of offense as falling under the personal conduct policy, but it should be.
The one thing I'm curious to see if the NFL takes into consideration, if anything does come on down the road with this, is whether or not his cooperation with the federal authorities comes into play
Sure,
with
I'm sure
regards
it
to his
will.
suspension.
I'm sure that's a mitigating factor, but
So-
I mean, something has to be done from the NFL, I would think.
Well, you know what? First guy I've heard of getting popped for insider trading in the NFL. So he's a trendsetter.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the normal stuff, we're going to
Stuff.
Nick Young, NBA free agent Nick Young, was arrested not too long ago for a charge of obstruction of justice. He was pulled over after a minor traffic violation, and he allegedly got combative with the cops. They took him out of the car, arrested him, and TMZ has video of him, and it's kind of funny to see this. But
Wait, I haven't seen this video, but do the words uttered ever approach the sentence, "Do you know who I am"?
no, he's shouting.
No.
He's shouting to the crowd watching, "Am I resisting? Am I resisting?"
Oh, okay.
And,
Interesting.
and of course, the crowd being really, really, supportive, didn't really care. There's even
what crowd is he? I mean,
he was
pulled over.
in the street.
Oh, okay. He was pulled
The
over. in the
crowd
city.
went around it. There's even video. You can hear one guy shouting to the police, "Shoot him!"
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
So no one
wrong.
really cares about Nick
Whoa.
Young anyway. So
Whoa, that's awful.
But there's support from the crowd there on that one. So obviously the police did not listen to that person in the crowd. But
Thankfully.
yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. He was screaming to the crowd, "Am I resisting? Am I resisting?" And we'll see what happens with that. He's still not on any team, so I don't think he will be for a while after this incident.
He was L.A. Lakers, right?
Yeah, but he's not on a team right now.
No, okay.
Moving on to Vanderbilt University safety Zaire Jones was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Wow.
The deadly weapon being his car.
Oh, he drove into someone?
He was pulled over at 6:43 p.m., not a.m., by an off-duty police officer. He was a construction cop. He tried to drive through the construction site, and he ended up hitting the off-duty officer in the knee with the
Ooh.
car.
Oh.
Didn't do any damage to the cop, because that's the cop that pulled him over.
Wow. Okay.
He rolled into the cop.
I got to tell you, sometimes those things are a mistake. I mean, you're driving through a construction site. I don't know where, they have a one of those cones out in the thing, and you don't know where you're going. So, who
And-
knows? We'll see what happens with that one. But I can. I'm putting on my lawyer hat, but it's very confusing when you're driving through construction
Well,
sites.
the fact that he popped him in the knee.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Well,
probably if he didn't do anything, he might not have even gotten pulled over.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But we'll see what happens with that one. He's suspended indefinitely from Vanderbilt while they decide what's going on here. Next up, Carolina Panthers defensive tackle Vernon Butler was cited for assault at an alleged incident at a nightclub. 21-year-old woman got into a verbal altercation with Butler, supposedly, and he responded by pushing her and throwing a drink in her face.
Okay. Boy.
She fell to the ground. No injury according to the woman's attorney, but this is going to probably turn into something a little bit more serious down the road here, because this is after this guy has numerous times made repeated advances on social media to this one girl. He
The
seemed
same
to,
girl he pushed?
that he ran into in a nightclub.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She rebuffed him on the nightclub. She rebuffed him social media. So this is kind of crazy stuff.
So.
And
It's going to be serious because you just said the woman's attorney. So.
yes, oh no, he paid a fine already. So, but there's going to be more down the road with this stuff. And last but not least, I just want to give a quick update on the Rutgers football players that were arrested.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I kind of lost touch with that. I with the NFL season coming up, I've lost not interest, but I don't know what's going on with them.
More information's come out. The investigation was concluded.
This is credit card stuff.
Right, $11,000 was stolen by the 8 players.
Allegedly stolen by the 8
Oh
players.
no, they've established.
Oh, okay.
They've established that.
established.
Players are accused of stealing credit card numbers and transferring funds from various Rutgers University Express accounts.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Rutgers has their own credit card system.
Sure they do. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you get a picture of Rutgers on your credit card if you want. I think every college has that.
I think you're right. The 2 previously dismissed players were the ringleaders, that was discovered, and they have been charged with promoting organized street crime and money laundering, which are second-degree charges, conspiracy to commit credit card fraud, which is also a lesser charge, and let's see, the other 6 players, let me get the list here. I'm not going to say their names, I'm just going to go through everything. They've been charged, 4 of them have been charged with money laundering and fraudulent use of credit cards. 2 others have been charged with credit card fraud. Each player faces a charge of conspiracy to commit theft by deception, and all 6 are on the defense of Rutgers, and their involvement has negatively impacted depth on that side of the football team this season.
Okay.
So they've been out of their way to put their football team at risk, according to Rutgers.
Wow.
So that's what's happening in the blotter today.
Sounds good. We're going to be, as always, I just want to remind everyone before we go to commercial that it's sponsored by Bean Genius. Remember, get 10% off your subscription when you sign up at beangenius.com and use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, when you check out. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at beangenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to beangenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at beangenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. beangenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
You've been hearing me talk about MyPillow and the benefits of using it to get a good night's sleep and alleviate your sore neck and back and all the special deals you can get through our show. Now, for a limited time, when you buy one MyPillow premium pillow, you get a second one for free. That's right, free, when you use our promo code CARDS at checkout. Head on over to MyPillow.com and click on the buy one, get one free link. You can choose the size of each pillow and choose the fill of each one. You get the same 60-day money-back guarantee, the same 10-year warranty, and all MyPillow pillows are made with their patented interlocking fill. That's the buy one, get one free offer from MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com or call 1-800-319-7913 to order by phone. Don't forget to use our promo code CARDS when checking out to take advantage of this great new offer from MyPillow. That's promo code CARDS, C-A-R-D-S. Better sleep starts with MyPillow. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know, here at Turnpike Sports, we want to answer the question that no one has ever asked before. Hey, what's going on with the Hartford Yard Goats? So, a full update on the Hartford Yard Goats. I'm assuming they're in Hartford, Connecticut, correct?
Well, considering you're mocking them openly right off the bat here.
Well, okay,
yes.
what are the Hartford Yard Goats?
They're the Colorado Rockies AA affiliate.
And they're in Hartford, Connecticut?
They're in Hartford, Connecticut.
I don't get these teams.
And they play in Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Dunkin' Donuts Park. I'm pretty sure they're cool donuts there. But I don't get these teams that they have these minor league teams across the country. That how do you? Certainly Colorado is not going to call anyone up from the Hartford Yard Goats that needs to be there for tonight's game. But I'm very curious why they're not building a fan base from around the area where the major league players play. But hey, whatever.
The only thing I can say is it was a cheap team to buy.
I guess so.
But the reason I remember, for a while there, I was talking different baseball and football promotions that were going on, and I hadn't done it in a while.
Okay.
And I came across two of these, and done by the same team.
The Hartford Yard Goats?
The Hartford Yard Goats. You just like saying that.
I got to tell you, I want to see a shirt. I mean, they might be pretty cool. First of all, I don't know what a yard goat is. I'm assuming it's just a regular goat that's sitting in a yard.
Playing baseball.
But no, it sounds like a pretty cool shirt or a cool hat to get, and I don't even know what they look like.
Well, right now, what they're doing, and this is the reason, and this is nothing new in terms of promotion, but it's the first time a minor league team is doing it.
Okay.
They're doing the Links at the Yard promotion.
What's that mean?
For 4 days in September at Dunkin' Donuts Park, they're transforming the baseball field into a 9-hole par 3 golf course for fans. That's
pretty cool. They must have the best crew in the country when it comes to their field. But to do that, that's amazing.
Like I said, they got the idea from the San Francisco Giants, who did this.
So when is
a year
this?
Or two back.
So when is this?
Late September.
Late September. Okay, so they're not playing, right? Minor league teams don't play late.
This
September.
is during the off season. They're trying to keep fans involved with the
cool.
team.
All right,
because what just happened up in Massachusetts. The Red Sox minor league team moved from one state to another.
Yeah,
because they just weren't drawing anybody.
Where were they from?
The Pawtucket Red Sox.
The Paw Sox they used to call them. The Pawtucket. They moved to Worcester.
The Woo Sox now.
The Woo Sox.
They filed the trademark for that.
Okay,
Woo
Sox. Okay.
So,
it's a bigger city too.
So. And this is not a minor promotion. It's Callaway Golf is coming in.
That's great.
They're building the course. They're actually doing an effort to not cobble this together.
Minor league teams always have the greatest promotions. I mean, I think they have some of the most interesting foods at their concession stands. I think they have the greatest mascots. They have the greatest
mascot races.
The greatest entertainment between innings, and now you have a massive stadium. I don't want to say massive stadium, a big stadium, and you might as well use it for your fans.
Well, speaking of, you use the word concessions.
Yep.
I'm going to talk about two of them.
In the Hartford
Yard Goats? Same guys. Hartford Yard Goats.
They better send us some stuff like hats or T-shirts because all this promotion we're giving Hartford Yard Goats.
This is something I've never heard of before. It's unique in both minor league and professional league. No one has this.
Okay.
The baseball bat beer mug.
The baseball bat beer mug. Okay.
It's a 25-ounce hollow baseball bat, which would contain beer.
Okay.
And it has the Yard Goats logo on it.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually a glass bat.
It's very interesting that they would allow glass in their.
It's a souvenir.
Stadium.
It's a souvenir.
It's a souvenir mug. Okay,
yeah.
That's cool. But you can still get beer at the stadium in it, right?
Yes, you can order it. I checked their prices for everything, and a regular 24-ounce draft in a plastic cup is $12.
That's pretty good.
So I couldn't find the price for the baseball bat beer mug. Okay. So I'm assuming it's going to be about $30 for somebody. Mm. But you know what? They can they take a little souvenir home. So here's some idea. These are the rejected ones. They announced two of the rejected ideas for promotional stuff.
Okay, and this is all
This is all before they settle on the baseball bat beer mug.
Okay,
a gigantic horn with the Yard Goats logo on it, which would make the goat sound.
Okay, all right,
and a trash can.
I don't get a trash can. I get the horn because
the little promotional trash can that they can take home with the Yard Goats logo on it. So
I've never gotten a trash can at a stadium.
Those are two rejected things, and rightly so. I believe.
I think the horn thing isn't too bad, but the trash can, I've never heard of a trash can at a stadium before as a giveaway.
But I think they settled on the great one.
I think so. Hey, what the hell? I think it's great.
And last but not least, since they're in Dunkin' Donuts Park, they do sell as a sandwich. The BLTDD.
Okay.
It's bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich between two glazed Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. See, like I said, they had minor league teams have some of the greatest concessions and some of the interesting food around the country. So support your minor league team because they have some great food and some great promotions.
Well, you have Trenton Thunder doing the Cases pork roll days.
I love
They
the pork
actually
roll.
have uniforms with the pork roll guy on it.
Actually, I think they were called the pork roll.
Trenton pork roll.
They're called the team. I think they had this. I think all the teams were going through a phase where 1 or 2 games they renamed their team as part of a what reflects the community, and certainly Trenton is pork roll.
They had a pork roll day, and for that day they became the Trenton pork roll.
Yeah, they also have a interesting. They have a dog that retrieves the bat. They don't have bat boys. They have a dog that gets the bat. I forgot the name of it.
Thunder.
Name is Thunder. Yeah, Trenton Thunder. Oh, I thought it was something else, but okay.
Yeah, they had.
They have a couple dogs because I think
that's
one
what I'm
passed
thinking.
away.
Yeah, I think Thunder may have passed away.
But there's a dog that runs out, gets the bat, and brings it to the dugout. So.
Well, again, minor league teams always have unique stuff. They got to do something.
Sure.
Because the ballparks need the support, or else you're going to see more and more of these minor league teams shifting cities, shifting towns, whatever. Towns are going to lose out if they don't maintain the relationships with the minor league teams.
Sure.
All right, that's it for the promotion segment. Just want to remind everybody, go ahead and visit our sponsors, Bean Genius. Go to beangenius.com/subscription. Use our code PIKE, P-I-K-E, to get 10% off your subscription. You got Adam and Eve. You get 10 free gifts when you use our promo code BABE16 at checkout there. And MyPillow. Get the 4-pack special using promo code CARDS at checkout. You get four pillows for half price. And great guys there. So that'll do it for this week.
Have a great opening weekend of college football, and we'll see you next time on the Turnpike.